Hi, journaling friends. This is Lauren with Shabby Chic Sunday. As promised, we are going to do a follow-up video to our Temu craft haul video that we did a couple of days ago. And in the last video, after we opened everything up, we organized together in the storage containers. And to prepare for today's video, all I have done is I've gone through and I've kind of pulled and selected what I would like to make for our first chunky charm today, which is going to be a white bunny and orange carrot tassel. And so I have my charms and the beads that we need, mostly orange and white with just a pop of green. I have also pulled out pliers for the jewelry making. We have our chains here, the lobster clasps, and then some head pins. So let's go ahead and get started on making our very first chunky charm tassel. So I want to pull out, I think, the orange. I was considering the green, but that's going to be too crazy. So let's go ahead and get our orange chain out. And then we're also going to need our orange lobster claw. And pull out the jump rings. And I just want to select the orange ones. So this shows you the steps of what we're going to be needing to do. We have a head pin, and then you can see that there is an end bead, which is just clear on both sides, bottom and top, and that is to hold our wooden bead in place, because without those two, the wooden bead is just going to fall right through the head pin. So that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to grab our head pin, and a head pin just means that there is not a loop at the end of it in order to attach another charm. It's literally just going to be head. So people call them either head pins or end pins. And this is going to be just a little stopper bead, because the wooden bead is too large, so if I put that on by itself, it would just slide right through. So that's going to keep it on there. We're also going to put a topper stopper bead. And this head pin is a little too long. We don't need all of it because I'm going to show you a really easy method for tying these off. So I'm going to cut off the excess at the top, make it a little shorter. I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. They're rounded like this. And I'm going to grab right here at the top. And I'm going to just roll right towards my body. Okay, so we're going to take our end pin. We'll stick a stopper bead on. Let's go ahead and do one of these cute little carrots. Another stopper bead. Trim off a little bit of excess. I don't need that whole long wire. I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers. Grabbing from the very top, I'm going to roll towards me, let go, put it back in the hole, roll towards me, and I'm going to squeeze here just to line it up, and there you go. You really can't get any easier than that. There are many different ways to tie off your jewelry making, but that is by far the simplest and the fastest. Let's go ahead and grab our orange chain, and we'll grab a jump ring. I'll pick an orange one here. And when we open it with our pliers, we don't want to open it from left to right, okay, side to side. We want to pull it front to back. We don't want to compromise the plastic material. And so make sure you're pulling it, twisting it front back. So we'll attach our lobster clip, and then we'll attach our chain to the other end. And then I'm going to grab my other pliers, and we're going to twist that back into its original position. Oh, sorry, it's getting blurry. There we go. And now we've attached our chain to our lobster hook. So the color is pretty close. It's not spot on, but that'll work. So let's go ahead and grab another jump ring. We're going to twist it away from itself. We will put on one of these orange gingham beads, putting it through the loop, And I'm going to skip attaching it to that jump ring and instead go to the first link in our plastic chain. So we'll close that back up. And then we want to be alternating beads and charms on our chain. So since I just put this on the right side, next I'll go to the left side of my chain, and then I'll go back to my right side and left side and make a zigzag pattern. So you don't want to just add beads to one side of your chain because it's going to be lopsided and everything obviously will just be hanging off that one side. We want to make sure it's well rounded, and so you're going to rotate and go from left to right and alternate beads or charms. So let's go ahead and attach another jump ring to our loop that we had made. And I think I'm also going to attach this cute little carrot, or actually he's kind of too big. Let's see what else we have. We'll do this one maybe. No. Okay, let's try this cute little one. So since this charm is so tiny, I don't want to waste a whole jump ring and put it on by itself. I think it'll get lost. I'm going to add it right onto this carrot bead, and I think that will help to make it show on the chunky charm. So since we put our orange gingham bead on the right, we're now going to go to the left of the charm, the chain, and then go ahead and close that together. Oops, sorry, getting blurry for you. Okay, pinch that closed. So now what you can see, we're still only on the first link of the chain, and we have a bead on the right, and we have a bead on the left, and that is only the first link in the chain. It helps to lay it down flat so that you can see that you are in fact adhering your beads left, right, left, right. Let's add this orange heart right here. Cute. Okay, I like the start that we have so far. And I'm going to use one of these pins instead. This is not a head pin. This has a little loop at the end, and you're able to use another tiny little jump ring in order to attach charms to the bottom of these, which is nice. I don't think we'll do that for this one though, because obviously we're adding all the charms right onto our chain link, but it's a nice option to have if you want some of your dangles to maybe be a little longer than the other ones. So I'm just rolling here, gonna pinch it off so that everything is nice and perfect and flat. There we go, we've got a perfect circle. And now I'll be able to grab a jump ring. Open that up. Let's go ahead and slide that right through and put it on the right side of our chain. And I want to add a little pop of color. I really like these lime green pastel hearts, and I'll probably add a couple of the same color beads as well. So let's go ahead. We haven't added any green onto our charm dangle yet, so I think it's a good time to do that. And we'll go ahead and put it right onto our chain and then close it off. And you probably can see that I'm using obviously silver jump rings now instead of just the orange plastic jump rings, and that's okay. You won't even see them because our dangle is going to be so chunky. Everything's going to be on top of itself. You won't even see those jump rings in the middle of our chain. I did want to use the orange jump rings though at the top because those would be more noticeable, but the ones that are mixed inside, you won't even notice those. Okay, let's add this cute little pink carrot, or bunny on the carrot. I do like this one, but I can't unsee a mustache. The way that its mouth is drawn just looks like a mustache to me. All right, let's find a good opening. Slip that on. Close her off. Okay, she's coming along. I think she's gonna be a chunky monkey. I like this one. Cute little eyelashes. And I don't want to put her too close to that other pink bunny, so I'm going to put her down here to spread it out a little bit and close it off. Mommy. These little sequin mixes here, they're kind of like a mix of sequins and glitter and then also teeny tiny little clay slices. I also got these from Temu in a separate order. I will link those below. But let's go ahead and attach these on here. And whoever receives this, you can obviously detach all these charms and use them in your projects, especially the glitter sequins that I just added. Go ahead and take those right off and use those in a project of yours. Let's also add this lime green. I think these are little stars. They're so tiny, it's kind of hard to tell. So we'll open a jump ring. What is so perfect about these containers is that they have a little loop right at the cap. And so we can just attach this right here onto our link. If for some reason you don't want to use it and you want to keep it on your charm dangle, make sure you add a little dot of hot glue to the lid so that it doesn't pop off and get glitter all over. So then you just kind of hold it up and look around and see where you have some gaps, and then you can go back through and add some more charms. I'm going to put some of these little green beads on too, add a little bit of extra color. I think it'll help really adhere those green beads to the rest of our orange color here. I think it'll help to make everything mix a little bit better. Those green hearts are kind of on their own island for a bit. Yeah, that helps a lot, I think. Super cute. So yeah, you could just leave this as it is or go ahead and detach everything and use it in your own projects. But the last thing we need to do now is to add some ribbon to the very top. And we're going to go back to that very first jump ring that we had ignored. And that is where we're going to add our ribbon. So we have this orange gingham ribbon here, and then we're going to add this lime green to match. This is from Michaels. And then this green gingham is from Temu, and you get a lot on this spool. So I will link that in our description of this video. So we're going to use all three of those and add a little bit of a ribbon tassel to the top of our chunky charm. So I'm going to focus right here on this loop. And I'm going to just go ahead and fold this together to make it smaller, pull it right through, and all I'm going to do is tie one little knot. I'm not double tying it, I'm not tying a bow, just doing a single knot and pulling it closed. And then we'll go ahead and grab our scissors and cut off the end here. And it's nothing long, it's really short, and when you put all the ribbons together, that is going to make a really frilly, just fun ribbon tassel. So let's go ahead and take this lime green and I'm going to stick it through, go ahead and pull, make a little loop. Ooh. Sorry, I feel like suddenly I'm all thumbs now that I'm trying to tie simple loops on camera. Isn't that funny how that happens? Alright, let's go ahead and grab my scissors and cut. Squish those together as much as possible so I can get as many pieces on here as I can in a really small space. Look at how much comes on this roll. I paid less than 50 cents. It was a great deal. And it came in other colors too. I think I got this in purple and pink and blue. So let's go ahead, push that through. Why is this so difficult to tie simple loops on camera? Does that happen to anyone else? It's like I'm all thumbs all of a sudden. All right, cut it off. And we're gonna keep going. So I'm just gonna rotate. Orange, green, orange, green, orange, green, until I can fill this space up. All right. I did a little off camera so that I wouldn't bore you guys to death, but there's a lot of little ribbon pieces on here now, and I think that looks really good. Now that our first dangle is complete, we are going to go ahead and move on to making the packaging for this. I have gone ahead and pre-cut everything out with my Sizzix machine, and we're going to assemble everything together. The pieces here on the right are going to be the base of our box, and then these pieces will be glued on top. This piece here is going to form our bag or our purse, and then these will be on the bottom side, and then green and orange will be for decoration. So we're going to first fold up the base of our bag. This is going to make like a cute little tote. Go ahead and give it a nice crease. And then these pieces here, we'll fold these up. And then you're going to see that this attaches like the bottom corner to the side of our bags. The tote bag will be linked in the description box below. They're pretty tiny, but I think it's perfect size for our charm dangles. And then there's these little pieces here that are also embossed, and you could fold those down to kind of give your cornered base an actual rounded corner, but it doesn't really bother me leaving them flat, so it's all a personal preference on how you want the corner of your bag to look. And now we need to grab our glue. This is just art glitter glue in a smaller container. I like that it dries super quickly so you can keep moving on to your project without holding something down to dry. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, wrong way. Let's go ahead and glue this to the side. And you can see that there's some writing on here, but it's going to be covered up with our decorative paper anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just use my scraps for this part. All right, so press that down. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this up. And that's going to go ahead and connect so we can have the side of our bag. And then we'll repeat that same step on the other side too. Now we just need to glue on our decorative pieces. So I'm going to use this checkered print for the front and the back sides. And then this green polka dotted paper for both sides. I was trying to decide between the polka dotted orange paper and the orange glitter paper. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the orange glitter, and that will be the handles of our bag. And here's our little tote so far. Super cute. Alright, so this is the little orange Easter crest filler that we bought. And this is the one that kind of looked just like shredded paper, which is totally fine with me. I'm not bothered by it. I know there's like a difference, obviously, in texture between the crinkled paper and then the plain flat shredded paper, but this looks just fine. So we're going to fill the bottom of our little tote. And then let's go ahead and take our carrot charm and we'll put that right inside. And then let's add some more orange grass to the top just to make it look nice and full of yummy goodies. Stuff that in there. Yeah, I like that poking out over the top like that. And then I have these cute little carrots too. Honestly, I think they're from the Dollar Tree, but I couldn't remember exactly. Pretty sure Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree for the win. We'll stuff those in top. And then look at this cute little bunny shaker. So this die is from Temu. I'll go ahead and link it in the description box below. And then I used some of the carrot shakers that we got and I showed you in the haul. I put those inside of the carrot. So you've got carrots inside of a carrot. And then we're going to take some more of our checkered ribbon, orange and green. I'm going to go ahead and tie a loop right through our little tote handle and tie that into a bow. And I think that that will do it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I am really surprised that Sunday has not tried to grab some of this Easter grass. I know she's watching closely though. Okay. All right, what do we think? I think that looks adorable. Super cute. We are going to make the little chickadee one now. So I have to say I feel kind of silly, but I was looking through the charms and I was like second guessing myself of which ones were chickens and which ones were ducks, because honestly some of them looked the same. Okay, so I'm pulling out my chain. And we're going to use this type of clasp instead of the lobster hook because I didn't have a lobster hook in yellow. And so I'm going to add the largest jump ring that I have. And I'm picking the largest jump ring to connect this clasp to the chain because remember, this is where we tie all of our little ribbon pieces. So again, I'm going to twist that towards me, not away. And we're going to go ahead and attach. And twist it back together. And there we go. Okay. So let's start putting some beads on. I'm going to use the head pins again. I was having difficulty with the carrot one because my beads were not fitting appropriately, but I think these ones will be okay. So I went through the organizational totes that we did. Oh, Sunday is relocating. There you go. And I pulled out the little chickies that we're going to use. The only thing that I added that was not from the original haul were some of these sample sequins that I will attach. You got glitter, little balls, and then both of these are different shades of yellow for flowers. So I added those, and then I added some of these yellow beads, but everything else you already saw on our haul. Okay, so we'll take our first head pin, and let's go ahead and snap a bead on. Let's do a heart, yellow heart, and let's do another bead. And again, we're going to do the super easy method. I'm going to grab it right at the tip of the head pin. I'm going to roll down. I'm going to grasp it again, roll down. There we go. Easy peasy. Let's make a couple of those.
I don't know if anyone else celebrates Easter, but my children are 3 and 4 years old, and so we are right at the heart of being excited for the Easter Bunny to visit us in a few weeks, and these charms are really putting me in the mood for that vibe. I think what I've decided to do this year, because they're so excited for the Easter Bunny, is I'm going to do a glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt. Instead of during the day, we'll do it at nighttime, probably the night before.
So since I put our first cute little chickie on the right side of that chain, I'm now going to attach one to the left, and I will go ahead and do a bead. So I'll go right on the other side of our chickie. Okay, so on our very first chain then, we have this bead and flower on the left and our chicken on the right. So now I'm going to go down to the second chain, and I'm going to put a charm here on the left this time, and then a bead on the right. We want to do every other one. Let's go ahead and do, oh, you know what? Let's do an egg, because why not? These are so cute. I really just want to make a farm journal now, just so I can make a charm tassel using these adorable eggs. Because why not? You know what? I think I'm going to add this one actually to the top. So I just added a third to that same loop because it's so small. Okay, so now let's move on to that bottom one. So if you lay it out like this is the advantage to having it flat and not putting it on like a jewelry holder or a banana hook, is you can remind yourself which ones go on the left and which ones go on the right, because you can see the progress of what you've done so far. Because again, you want to alternate between left and right for charms. Did I already get that mixed up? No, okay. Here we go.
Are you recording? I like the flowers, Mom.
I do too. I think they're really like springy. It reminds me of spring. Yeah?
I like the cute chickies because it reminds me of Squeeze too.
Yeah, me too.
Are these little eggs?
Yes, aren't they so sweet?
Yeah. I like the little eggs better.
You want me to put an egg on?
Huh?
Here, hand me an egg.
Yeah.
I like the eggs. Do you remember when Jima had chickens and she would lay eggs? And do you remember when we went and got little chickens?
Yeah.
Little peeps for spring, and they were babies?
Yeah, they were like cute little chicks.
They were adorable.
And they laid eggs. They were like laying eggs.
Yeah, but do you remember what they did in the house? That was gross when we would take them out to play with them.
Poop.
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 when you've put on as many charms and beads as you want and you get to the end of your chain, you're just going to take some wire cutters. Usually there is a cutting tool right here on your pliers that you could use as well. And you're just going to snip and cut away that excess that you don't need anymore. So now that we've added all the charms and the beads that we want for our cute little chickadee charm, we're going to add the ribbons. We had kind of a variety of different yellows here. And then, of course, the yellow gingham, which I was worried was going to be way too bright for this, but it's actually perfect. So we're going to add that. And I will go ahead and fast forward because you already know how to add this to the top. So now that our second charm dangle is complete, let's go ahead and get her ready to package up. I was thinking for this video that maybe we could go through different varieties of ways to package up goodies, whether it be for Happy Mail or if you just need to package something up to sell it. So let's go ahead and do another easy packaging method. So I've got a scrapbook piece of paper here. This is just a little plastic goodie bag. And then we have a piece of cardstock. And again, it doesn't matter if it has writing on it because we're going to cover it up. I have these extra long twist ties. And then we want a teeny tiny little hole punch. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get my excess piece of cardstock. And we're going to measure it to fit in the bag. Make sure when you are marking for where to cut, you leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room so that it slides into your bag really easily. So let's trim off our excess from the paper here. And it might be a good idea to test it out, make sure that it goes in there nice and easily. Nothing is worse than finishing decorating this and you can't even use it because it's too big. I'm going to go ahead and trace our piece of cardstock onto the scrapbook piece of paper now. And then I'm going to glue it to the front and the back side. So now I have my hole puncher set to the smallest setting, and I'm going to put a punch on one side and then the other side. We're going to end up putting our twist ties in here, and then towards the middle bottom we'll do that again on both sides. And this is going to appear just like when you get jewelry, like if you purchase packaged jewelry. They have like those twisties there that holds your jewelry on, keeps it from flapping around in the packaging. So we're going to do the same idea. So take our twist tie and go ahead and put it through the first hole, and then the second hole. And then on the back side, we're just going to press those together and twist them up. You could cut the excess stuff after you twist a little bit, or even put down a piece of tape to keep it extra secure. And you'll do that through the bottom ones as well. Before I put the bottom ones in though, I'm going to go ahead and attach my tassel. So I'm just going to clip this right here onto our top twisty, just to make sure that it fits the paper nicely, and then I can scrunch it up to see exactly where I want my second little tie to go. So let's go ahead and poke this through our last bottom hole, and we'll pull it through, and then go ahead and wrap the extra stuff on the back. And then we can put it into our baggie. And hopefully this will slide right in. And then I've got even a little wiggle room at the bottom. I don't know how that happened, but better than it being way too long, I guess. Alright, and there we go. So now we have a cute little dangle all packaged up. At first I had made this little bow, and I used the same scrapbook paper so that it would match the background paper. But then after I glued it on, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So I wanted to show you what it looked like, just to give you an idea of, another idea of what you could decorate the bag topper with. But I'm going to go ahead and go to what is my norm, which is using the ribbon. So let's go ahead and tie a loop, and then we'll attach this right to the top. It would be really cute to use the scrapbook paper to make a bag topper at the very top of our bag. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this yellow ribbon down right on the corner here, and I think that will be a cute enough little topper for me. So now we've made and also packaged up 2 charm dangles, and we have 3 more to go. So since you guys already know the drill, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this a bit. So if you want to still watch how I made the other ones, please feel free. I'll go ahead and set it to music for your enjoyment, and if not, then fast forward a little bit and I'll meet you where we're decorating the packaging for the next 3. So here's our completed little Chicky Charm dangle and our pink sheep and other sweet treats. And when I had made these, my packaging hadn't arrived in time. So if it had, I would have put this yellow, I think, inside of here, and then I would have put the pink Easter grass inside of this one. I might still open them up and put them back inside, but if not, it'll just go into the envelope. So this purple one is actually a surprise even for me because I didn't even have any purple charms to go with this, but I ordered those adorable purple heart beads. So I really wanted to use those, and I had the purple chain and the lobster clasp to match. So I dug through my stash, and then I just found some sweet treats that were in purple colored. So I've got some cupcakes and some ice creams. There's a couple candies, a little sucker, and then I thought I would mix it with the white bunnies from our haul. So I'm going to go ahead and make one last one on camera here, and I'll set it to music for you. So here's our finished purple one, and I would say this one is mostly sweet treats and a little touch of bunnies. Use one of these cute little bags. This is from the Dollar Tree, but you can also get it on Temu. We're going to open up our purple Easter grass, and this is the crinkly one. And I'm going to start by just stuffing this into our little baggie, and then we'll go ahead and put our purple tassel inside. And then add some more of the crinkled paper to the top. Mix it all up, make sure it's all covered, so it's a nice little surprise. And then let's open up our little pom-pom trim that we got. This is such a perfect pastel purple for Easter. It's a really light lavender color, and look at how much we got. So we're gonna tie a little bow with this, and I think it would be super cute if you put like a little tag on here or charms. Of course, I have all of my charms already inside, so that would be kind of frivolous to add more to the front. But then again, you can't really have too many chunky charms, can you? So for the very last dangle, I made this one entirely off camera, but it's the little rubber ducky one. And it's a mixture of blue and a little touch of yellow. So I'm going to open up this blue and yellow Easter grass. Both of these are the crinkled kind. I'm going to stuff this into our little tote bag. Put our charm tassel inside. Add a little bit more of the Easter grass, mix it all up. Let's tie a little ribbon right here at the handle of our purse. And lastly, we're going to grab one last jump ring and this cute little ducky charm, and we're going to add him right to the ribbon. And I think that that is going to blend it all together because the little rubber ducky's hat is yellow and he's got a cute blue bow tie on, and so it'll match our tote bag perfectly.
All right, and that will conclude our third installment of our giveaway series. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today while we package up our goodies for the giveaway. I will see you all again next Friday, April 21st, where we draw our 6 winners for our giveaway. So the first main winner is going to receive the large Temu haul, which includes the beads and the charms, and we'll have 5 additional winners who will be the recipients of these cute little goodie bags. I will see you all then. Take care. Bye-bye.